Healthcare proposal, how much will the average middle-class voter pay in taxes?
So I'm with Bernie on Medicare for all, and I'll tell you why.
Are you also, quote, with Bernie on Medicare for all when it comes to raising taxes on middle-class Americans to pay for it? In 15 extra seconds, would you raise taxes on the middle class to pay for Medicare for all, offset obviously by the elimination of insurance premiums? Yes or no?
Costs will go up for billionaires and go up for corporations.
Will you pay more in taxes?
Look,
Why don't you want to answer that question? Because Jake said tonight that's a Republican talking point. It's not a Republican talking point. Payroll go up. You guys dodged that tonight.
No, it's not a dodge. It's
because Jake Tapper kept saying, how much of your tax is going to go up? And you'd said,
how much are your costs going to go down?
No, different question. How much will your taxes go up?
No, it's how much are your costs.
I have a different question.
It's how much families end up spending.
I know that argument. I know how you've covered it.
It's not just an argument.
I know that's the answer that you'd like to give, but will your taxes go up?
The question is your total cost.
Okay, but there's no answer to the question will your taxes go up.
There is an answer to the question about your costs.
How about taxes?
Because it's costs that matter to people.
I'm not getting it.
Direct question. You said middle-class families are going to pay less, but will middle-class taxes go up to pay for the program? I know you believe that the deductibles and the premiums will go down. Will middle-class taxes go up? Will private insurance be eliminated?
Look, what
Senator says that Senator Sanders has been candid about the fact that middle-class taxes are going to go up and most of private insurance is going to be eliminated. Will you make that same admission?
So let's be clear.
But just when you were talking about Medicare for all, the vice president pressed you on how you were going to pay for this and if you were going to have to tax the middle class to cover Medicare for all. What is the answer to that question? How do we pay for Medicare for all, and are we going to tax the middle class?
Let's do two parts to this.
Yeah.
We are paying for health care all across America right now. Are going to go up for giant corporations. Insurance companies are going to lose a lot of money.
Going to go up?
Middle class families are going to pay less.
You keep being asked in the debates, how are you going to pay for it? Are you going to raise the middle class taxes?
Right.
How are you going to pay for it? Are you going to raise the middle class taxes?
So here's how we're going to do this.
But will their taxes go up?
Well, but here's the thing.
Here's the thing. I've listened to these answers a few times before, and I just want to make a parallel suggestion for you about how you might defend the taxes that perhaps you're not mentioning.
Giant corporations are going to see their costs go up, but costs for middle-class families, for working families, for the people who are squeezed so badly right now are going to go down.
So, yes or no, should middle-class Americans expect their taxes to go up under a Medicare for all system?
You know, you may remember that I've spent a big chunk of my life studying why middle-class families go broke. And one of the number one reasons is health care. For giant corporations and very wealthy individuals, costs will go up. But for middle-class families, for hardworking people, costs are going to go down.
But that's not the same as taxes not going up.
What matters to families is costs.
So do you think then that Americans are willing to pay a little bit more in taxes if generally the household costs are going down on health care?
I think that families care about what their costs are.
I don't want to tax anybody, and if you don't want to...
No, it was talking about taxing her Cadillac healthcare plan that she had asked me about. Look, I think what you're asking about is Medicare for all, and I'm pretty clear on this. Rich people and big corporations are going to see their costs go up, but middle-class families are going to see their costs go down.
Will your health care plan raise taxes on the middle class?
So I've spent a big part of my life studying why middle-class families go broke. So the overall structure is that the very wealthy and big corporations will see their costs go up, but middle-class families will see their costs go down.
And you've said how you're going to pay for those plans, but you have not specified how you're going to pay for the most expensive plan, Medicare for all. Will you raise taxes on the middle class to pay for it, yes or no?
So I have made clear what my principles are here, and that is costs will go up for the wealthy and for big corporations, and for hardworking middle-class families, costs will go down.
Senator Warren, to be clear, Senator Sanders acknowledges he's going to raise taxes on the middle class to pay for Medicare for all. You've endorsed his plan. Should you acknowledge it too?
So the way I see this, it is about what kinds of costs middle-class families are going to face. So let me be clear on this. Costs will go up for the wealthy, they will go up for big corporations, and for middle class families, they will go down.
I get that you do not recognize some metaphysical distinction between the part of your paycheck that comes out for the premium and the part that comes out for payroll taxes. Doesn't matter. It's still coming out of the paycheck. Costs are what matters. That said, anytime I watch a politician say the same thing 4 times in a row, I feel like some ball is being hidden from me. Right? Like, do you understand? Like, is the idea that you don't want to give a line for an attack ad?
No, the idea is this is where I spent a big part of my life. And it's studying, talking about, doing the research on why middle-class families go broke.
But isn't it a fact that the Bernie Sanders Medicare for All plan, which as of this moment you are on board with, right? Mm-hmm. It says quite specifically middle-class taxes will go up, correct?
So what Medicare for All describes is the kind of health care coverage we are going to provide as a country. The cost estimates on it are in lots of different places, and they vary by literally trillions and trillions of dollars, depending on how this lands. The same thing is true for the revenue streams.
Do you worry, though, and Mr. Axelrod lived through this,
yes.
It was incredibly hard,
yes.
Doing something that Democrats believe to this day that you believe is the right thing to do, passing the Affordable Care Act. Things like if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor, the American people took as you lied to us. And it made the politics harder. If middle-class taxes in your Medicare for All plan went up, well, they say during the campaign, why was she trying to be cute? Why wouldn't she just say it? And then make the argument as Senator Sanders does. But you need to trust me here. Overall, when you take away private insurance, your co-pays, your other costs, your overall costs will go down. But, yes, your taxes might go up some.
My commitment is I will not sign a bill into law that raises costs on middle-class families.
And I know that's a hard thing to do, but can you guarantee that what people might save on the cost of their health insurance would be more than what they might have to pay in additional taxes?
So I said I will not sign a bill into law that does not reduce costs for middle-class families.
But what about the tax part of it? That's what I'm. I mean, if there's an equation
here. You just
here.
heard it, and this is the point I'm trying to make, and I've made here. Families are dealing with costs.
Right.
I'm from Canada. We have some experience with Medicare in our country.
Oh, good.
Your critics say that you are not telling the truth about what it will cost, the high cost, and that taxing the top 1% won't pay for it. What do you say?
I say that I have made my principles on this clear, and that is wealthy people and big corporations are going to see their costs go up, and that hardworking middle-class families are going to see their costs go down.